This is Alexis Plunkett, criminal defense attorney in Nevada and 18th Street gang member. Yo, this woman here got indicted for putting a hit on her boyfriend, who was her client, and also a prison inmate. Yo, you can't make this stuff up, man.
These are those text messages. They're from a group chat with Alexis Plunkett and 5 other lawyers. In them, Alexis says she's placed hits in every prison in Nevada on Andrew Arevalo, her ex-boyfriend who she used to represent. Plunkett then texts again saying she represents a lot of gang members.
She's a defense attorney. The majority of her defendants were gang members, and that's how she met her boyfriend. He was a client of hers that was powed while he was an inmate in prison. He got shot and another inmate got shot. The other inmate was killed. So she represented him, and in the process of representing him, she broke the cardinal rule. Yo, she fell for that man.
November 2014, 2 handcuffed inmates in a secured unit called The Hole get into a fight at High Desert State Prison. A guard fires multiple rounds to break it up. Inmate Andrew Arevalo is seriously wounded. Inmate Carlos Perez is killed. Today, the Nevada Attorney General filed this criminal complaint against former correctional officer trainee Reynaldo J. Ramos, charging him with reckless disregard and involuntary manslaughter for killing Perez, who was shot in the chest, neck, and head. Arevalo was injured by the same gun in the same incident, but no one is being held criminally responsible for shooting him.
And this gives NDOC, this gives the AG's office almost a scapegoat in COT Ramos. They've charged him with low-level felonies, and they've charged the lowest person on the totem pole. They've charged the trainee. And they're attempting to remove the blame from all the higher-ups and from anyone else.
Why they get shot? Well, they were both handcuffed and they were fighting in the prison, right? So, but here go the thing. The police, the corrections officers, they set up an unofficial gladiator camp for their own entertainment, where they would handcuff the inmates and force them to fight for their lives, for the entertainment of the police officers. While investigating and attempting to defend her client, she got really close to him, and they started seeing, yo, it's a lot of inappropriate actions. Because she was a lawyer, she had the ability to meet with her client in a private room. But due to just things not looking right, they decided to bug the room where they caught wind of this.
A Las Vegas attorney in some trouble for a series of alleged late-night rendezvous with one of her clients. 13 Action News reporter Tom George has the latest details from the arrest report.
According to an arrest report, Alexis Plunkett went above and beyond the normal relationship between a lawyer and their client. It says Plunkett would arrange meetings at the jail with Andrew Arevalo, an admitted gang member with a lengthy criminal history. When investigators suspected something was going on, they started filming meetings, and at least 3 times, Plunkett would kiss Arevalo on the lips. She's also accused of letting him use her cell phone.
Plunkett was visiting her client and boyfriend at the time, Andrew Arevalo, at the county jail. That's when she broke the law by handing the phone over to Arevalo. This is a felony, and if convicted, Plunkett could be looking at a year in prison.
Investigators were also suspicious when Arevalo applied for house arrest and listed Plunkett's address. Plunkett is now facing multiple felony charges.
The honeymoon period did not last too long. After a while, she got into a lover's quarrel with her gang member, prison inmate boyfriend. And like any rational individual would do, she decides to put a hit on that man.
In this document, they also provide text messages where they say Plunkett tells other lawyers that she's going to have a hit taken out on Andrew Arevalo. These are those text messages. They're from a group chat with Alexis Plunkett and 5 other lawyers. In them, Alexis says she's placed hits in every prison in Nevada on Andrew Arevalo, her ex-boyfriend who she used to represent. Plunkett then texts again saying she represents a lot of gang members. Another attorney responds, "This isn't funny," and Alexis says, "I'm not kidding."
When this case was brought in front of the judge, like he was dumbfounded. He never even heard of anything like this. He like, yo, shorty, you real deal got yourself in a pickle. And you know, obviously, because she's supposed to represent the law, yo, the judge was ready to throw the book at her.
Who in the right mind would send these texts? Like I said, I've been doing this since 1982, and I've never even heard of this, let alone seen this.
Judge Michael Villani seemed confused, even frustrated with Plunkett.
Ms. Plunkett, this is bizarre. There's nothing to say.
But he ultimately decided not to detain her. He also set trial for her charges for April 1st.
While she was out on bond, the 18th Street gang got indicted. Yo, a gang of them got indicted. So she decided to do something to help the gang. And what she decided to do was to actually start intimidating potential witnesses.
These are the faces of the 18th Street Gang, a transnational criminal group. Metro Police say the men and women pictured here brought violence all around the valley dating back to last year. The suspected gang members are accused of murders, kidnappings, robberies, and drug trafficking. Police tell us the gang was involved in 50-plus felony crimes.
We are a safer community today because of the efforts of this investigation.
Clark County District Attorney Steve Wilson praised the actions of Metro Police and other law enforcement agencies that pursued the takedown of this notorious gang. Metro Gang Unit detectives say illegal activities inside the High Desert Prison tipped off authorities. Conversations with convicted 18th Street prisoners created leads and led to successful investigations.
Being that the gang was indicted and all these problems started popping up, this brilliant attorney decided to do the only rational thing. Come clean. No, that's not what she did. Actually, she decided to attempt to intimidate any potential witnesses from coming forward.
She's accused of intimidating a witness to influence testimony, a felony, and dissuading witness from testifying or producing evidence, a misdemeanor. According to the criminal complaint, Plunkett made this post on her Facebook page in response to Metro Police announcing on December 5th they'd arrested 29 suspected members of the 18th Street Gang. It reads, "I see a confirmed snitch among them who is not in custody and has no complaints filed, so we have one rat at a minimum here." The complaint alleges Plunkett made a similar post online with a photo of said person from an anonymous account also on December 5th. The report shows detectives executed search warrants on January 8th and 9th to search Plunkett's phones and devices. According to the complaint, phone records reveal that on December 5th, 2018, Plunkett texted people about the arrests. In one conversation, the complaint shows Plunkett texted, "I think she's working with them. She's a snitch and that's what they do." In another, she can snitch on 18th Street all she wants, though she'll get hers for that.
Bollinger says he'll be back in court with Plunkett tomorrow in the witness intimidation case. He's trying to get those charges dropped. He says it's not a crime to call somebody a snitch as long as it's also not associated with threats or violence.
After discovering her despicable actions, the judge decides to, one, revoke her bond so she's back incarcerated. And the next consequence to these actions was the judge decided to go ahead and throw a whole other charge on her, which was the charge of witness intimidation. Hey, you out the frying pan into the fire. You are doing a great job. Like, if I'm ever in trouble, you're the one. I'm gonna hire you definitely.
Today's hearing lasted about 45 minutes before the judge decided to keep Alexis Plunkett behind bars with no bail in a case that keeps getting more complicated by the day.
She is to be held without bail pending the trial in this matter.
And with that, Alexis Plunkett was ordered to remain in custody while she now fights 2 serious charges.
As you might have figured out, she pled guilty. She received 5 years probation, and she was prohibited from practicing law for the next 5 years. Not only that, but she was ordered to stay off of social media, since the social media is what she was using to intimidate all of the potential hostile witnesses.
In exchange for the guilty plea on the charge of providing a telecommunication device to a jail prisoner, Plunkett's law license will be suspended for 5 years and 1 day. She'll have to routinely appear in front of a parole officer and stay off social media, which played a large role in the witness intimidation charge that was dropped as part of this deal.
She pled guilty to 1 count of possession of a telecommunication device by a prisoner. In exchange, the criminal charge of bribing or intimidating a witness or preventing a person from testifying was dropped. She's sentenced to 3 years probation. The state also recommended that Plunkett be prohibited from practicing law for 5 years and a day.
Now, although she was only supposed to be prohibited from practicing law for 5 years, the Nevada State Board decided to just go ahead and disbar her. So she's no longer an attorney. She can't practice law anymore.
A Las Vegas lawyer can no longer practice law in Nevada. Alexis Plunkett has been disbarred. Plunkett admitted to giving an inmate that she was dating a cell phone, and that is against the rules. Well, now the state Supreme Court disbarred Plunkett. The decision indicated that her misconduct hurt the legal system, her profession, and her clients as well. Officials also accused her of having an inappropriate relationship with the client in prison. All charges were dropped. Now, Plunkett told 13 Action News in an email she is devastated. She says that she's remorseful for dragging her clients into this and that her life is now ruined.
This is not a fictional tale. Yo, there are people out there that can be smart enough to pass a bar examination, yet weak enough and dumb enough to completely just sink their whole career. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you think, man? Was 5 years probation enough of a penalty? Last thing I want to say is, hey, we on the this is a new channel, we building it up. So if you appreciate content like this, please do not hesitate to show the algorithm you appreciate the hard work by pressing the like, you know what I mean, leaving a comment, and for all those that are new, go ahead and subscribe.